This is the FM Gold channel of All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, we now bring you a discussion on Pariksha Pe Charcha 2020. The participants are Anurag Tripathi, Secretary CBSE, and Urmi Goswami, journalist.
This morning, Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in the third Pariksha Pe Charcha, which is basically an interaction with students, teachers, their parents, but largely with the students ahead of the board exams. Of course, the focus always is to ensure that students are not feeling the pressure. They realize that board exams are not the be-all and end-all of their lives, and in a way to motivate them and as well as to buoy them into being better citizens, better adults as they venture out into the world. What to you is the big outcome of this kind of an interaction? The Prime Minister comes to a meeting like this. Of course, it's a big thing for students who are participating. But to you, what is the big outcome, the big benefit that comes from such an interaction?
When Prime Minister speaks, when he talks to students, when Prime Minister interact with the students, teachers, principals and parents, then the message will go along, certainly. And when Prime Minister suggests that a student should feel free, should be pressure-free. There should not be any burden, any pressure, any tension, any expectation from the side of teachers as well as parents. Then this message will go along. And I hope this third session, Pariksha Pe Charcha, has very successfully message to all students, teachers and principal that we should always encourage the students. We should always provide a cordial and peaceful atmosphere where students can promote their activities, can promote their core competency, can promote their own capacity. And I must congratulate the entire team of MHRD that successfully completed this third Pariksha Pe Charcha program.
One of the key messages, or rather two very important messages that come out from this edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha is that failure is not the end of everything. The Prime Minister actually said, "Bifalta सब कुछ का अंत नहीं है, विफलता में सफलता हो सकती है, विफलता में सफलता के नींव होते हैं." But the fact is that you don't have to give up. And that's a very crucial message because we often tend to think of, especially in a country where opportunities seem to be limited, or at least that was our understanding, failure seems to be the end of the road. How crucial is this for having a sort of a mindset that gives rise to experimentation, innovation, because that's where growth is?
विफलता सफलता की गारंटी होती है और प्राइम मिनिस्टर महोदय ने भी ये कहा, और शायद ही दुनिया में कोई ऐसा व्यक्ति हो जिसको अपने जीवन के किसी न किसी मोड़ पर असफलता एंड सक्सेसफुल ना होना पड़ा हो। लेकिन प्राइम मिनिस्टर का भी मैसेज ये है कि जो हमारी विफलता है हमें उससे थकना नहीं चाहिए, हमें रुकना नहीं चाहिए, हमें उससे एक नई सीख लेते हुए अपने तरीकों को बदलना चाहिए और आगे बढ़ना चाहिए। जितने भी इनोवेशंस हुए हैं, जितने भी इन्वेंशंस हुए हैं, जितने भी आविष्कार हुए इस वर्ल्ड में, वो हजारों सैकड़ों विफलताओं के बाद ही सक्सेसफुली होते हैं। एडिसन को आप देखें, जिन्होंने इस दुनिया को बल्ब का आविष्कार दिया। एडिसन से जब किसी ने पूछा कि 10,000 टाइम फेल होने के बाद आपने बल्ब का आविष्कार किया, तो बोले नहीं, 10,000 तरीकों से मैंने सीखा कि बल्ब बनाने का कोई और तरीका है। कहने का मतलब यह है प्राइम मिनिस्टर महोदय का कि सफलता तो तभी मिलेगी जब बच्चा कदम बढ़ाएगा, जब छोटे छोटे प्रयोग करेगा। अगर लोग इसी में रुक जाएंगे कि हम कदम बढ़ाएंगे और गिर जाएंगे, हम इन्वेंशन करेंगे और फेल हो जाएगा, तो कभी कोई आविष्कार नहीं होगा। आज माननीय प्रधानमंत्री ने जिक्र किया जो हमारा चंद्रयान मिशन था, और उन्होंने बड़े अच्छे तरीके से इसको सबको पूरे देश के सामने बताया कि पूरे देश को उम्मीदें थी, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं, वो किसी कारण से फेल हो गया, आगे फिर हम आगे बढ़ेंगे। तो मेरा ये मानना है पेरेंट्स के लिए भी, टीचर के लिए भी और स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी कि विफलता से कभी भी डरना नहीं चाहिए। मान के चलना चाहिए कि सफलता की कुंजी कहीं न कहीं आगे है, और उसको एक कदम और आगे बढ़ाते हुए साहस के साथ, ऊर्जा के साथ, नई उम्मीदों के साथ आगे बढ़ना चाहिए।
You know, another message that the Prime Minister had is about extracurricular activities. He had several sort of sub-messages on it. One, of course, being that it should not be a fashion statement, but children should be encouraged to have extracurricular that is as important as studying the main coursework. Now, this is not something that the Prime Minister has not said before. He's reiterated that position over and over again. And despite his reiteration of this key understanding of where extracurricular activities have in a student's development, in a child's development, we find that our education policy or our education structure still seems to be little lopsided towards coursework. And therefore, and hence, the focus on exams. So it's like a linear structure there. So is there a need perhaps for our education system to reorient itself to what the Prime Minister is saying? So it's not just the students who should be listening to interaction during the Pariksha Pe Charcha, but much more is the education administrators.
Very successfully, Prime Minister given this message that there should be no separate boundary wall between core subjects as well as extracurricular activities. And as per CBSE guidelines, we have already issued this circular. We are continuously giving training to our teachers, principals, that both activities should be integrated. There should not be a compartment for extracurricular and for academic. In old days, there were 7-8 classes for subjects, then 1 period or 2 periods for sports, and then weekly classes for library classes, cultural things, music, dance and drama. But nowadays, what changed? And through sports, through cultural activities, through music, through debate, declamation, through drama, through theatre, the core subjects can be better taught than earlier.
And also there is room for experimentation.
Exactly.
जो हम innovation की बात करते रहते हैं, वो जैसे आप ड्रामा, declamation, debate की बात कर रहे हैं, या sports में आप team work सीखते हैं.
And approach should be integrated. There should be no separate classroom for sports and for cultural and for core competence, core subjects. In physics, in chemistry, in bio, in social studies subjects, in geography, history, a teacher can evolve the style of theatre classrooms or the style of music, or they can evolve activity classes like sports activities. They should be integrated, and if our schools will integrate co-curricular with curricular with core subjects, then the learning will be better, and that learning will not only skill our students, the outcome will be competency based.
There is another aspect of the Prime Minister's sort of interaction which I found very interesting. Early on in the interaction, he talks about the expectations that we have, both of ourselves and of others, where he talks about the student who is sitting and studying, but whose mother promises at 6 o'clock to give tea and something to eat and snacks, but that doesn't happen, and so there's a bit of anger that why is it, I'm not getting the attention. But he uses that story to talk about how we need to change our perspective, to look at the world from other viewpoints as well. And perhaps that makes us better at managing expectations, but also as better and more engaged citizenry. I suppose that is where the Prime Minister is going with that story. And I'm wondering how we can have this kind of an understanding, this better engagement, this understanding of different perspectives to make better citizens for tomorrow within our larger education system. जैसे आजकल आप देखिए तो बहुत सारे ऐसे प्रॉब्लम्स हैं जो दुनिया में भी हैं और हमारे यहाँ भी है, जैसे क्लाइमेट चेंज की बात कर रहे हैं, प्रदूषण की बात कर रहे हैं. उसमें एक इंसान अकेले कुछ नहीं कर पाता है, बट इकट्ठे एंगेजमेंट के साथ बहुत कुछ किया जा सकता है. तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर की जो डायरेक्शन है, एक थॉट है, where do we see it within the education system?
Basically, Honorable Prime Minister has given two messages. One, how our students or parents can manage their emotions. How they can be anger-free, how they can be stress-free, how they can manage their emotions. And second, how our students give the board examination without any pressure, without any overburden of expectations of parents. In these two messages, as CBSE official, मेरा ये मानना है कि ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने बिल्कुल सही इस चीज को टच किया कि अल्टीमेटली इम्पेशेंस होने का, गुस्से का, एंगर का कारण भीतरी होता है. ज्यादातर समय हम जब एक्सपेक्टेशन बहुत ज्यादा रख लेते हैं और हमें नहीं मिलती है तो हम एंगर जोन में आ जाते हैं. एक बच्चे ने प्लान किया कि मुझको इस समय पर ये होना है और वो चीज समय पर नहीं होती तो उसका एंगर उसी हिसाब से बढ़ता है. सिमिलरली पेरेंट्स ने एक्सपेक्ट किया कि बच्चे को इस तरह से परफॉर्म करना और बच्चा नहीं कर पाता है तो उनके लिए भी होता है. और बहुत सक्सेसफुली प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने ये मैसेज पेरेंट्स और स्टूडेंट दोनों को दिया कि हमें किसी से ओवर एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं करनी चाहिए. हमें उनकी जो कॉम्पिटेंसी है, उन्होंने कहा भी कि स्प्रिंग है और उस स्प्रिंग को उतना ही खींचें जिससे प्रेशर इवॉल्व हो. एक लिमिट से ज्यादा खींच देने के बाद वो सिंपल एक प्लेन वायर हो जाएगा, फिर वो किसी काम का नहीं होगा. तो अगर बच्चे से हम एक्सपेक्टेशन रख रहे हैं, बच्चे को हम प्रेशर भी दे रहे हैं, बच्चे को हम मॉनिटर भी कर रहे हैं, तो एक लिमिट के बाद नहीं होना चाहिए, क्योंकि उससे बाद हम जो चाहते हैं वो भी नहीं होगा और बच्चा भी खराब हो जाएगा। तो उन्होंने बड़ा खूबसूरत मैसेज ये दिया इस एक एग्जाम्पल के थ्रू कि हमें बच्चों से ओवर एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं रखनी चाहिए, हमें एक्स्ट्रा बर्डन नहीं देना चाहिए, बच्चे जैसे हैं उसके रूप में लेना चाहिए। और अब तो लाखों ऑप्शंस खुल गए हैं, अब सिर्फ 2-4 नौकरियां नहीं रह गई हैं। जरूरी नहीं कि 100 में 100 नंबर लाने वाला बच्चा ही जॉब में जाए। अब तो अगर उसकी स्किल्ड है, वो उसकी कॉम्पिटेंसी है, कैपेबल है, इनोवेटिव क्रिएटिव है, बच्चे में एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप है, बच्चे में कम्युनिकेशन स्किल है, लीडरशिप है, तो बच्चा किसी भी क्षेत्र में सक्सेसफुल हो सकता है। तो शॉर्ट में मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा कि ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने दोनों मैसेज बड़ी खूबसूरती से दिए कि हमें बच्चों से एक्स्ट्रा एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं रखनी चाहिए और बड़े प्यार से जॉयफुल एटमॉस्फेयर में उसकी स्माइल को सुरक्षित रखते हुए आगे बढ़ने का प्रयास करना चाहिए।
You know, it's very interesting that the Prime Minister mentioned this about new possibilities that have come up, the opportunities that have increased. It's no longer like in the past where there were fewer opportunities. You have reiterated that same message. But here is the problem, is that come June, when students go for higher education, when they go to colleges, you see high cut-off marks from colleges. And then suddenly, all this seems to be another world, and that is the reality. You have cut-offs as high as 98, 99%. And of course, it does matter which institution you end up in because it might open certain doors. Those things are the reality. Is there a way that our education system can actually manage this better? This is great. This message comes through. Everybody accepts it. Now, how do we turn it into reality to sustain this message?
I'm giving some different answer. In our days, there were only 2-3 options: doctor, engineer, and a sort of clerical jobs or civil services. Nowadays, more than 100 options are open. And every year in CBSE system, approximately 16-17 lakhs students giving the board examination. Approximately 1 crore students are giving their 12th examination approximately. And all are not going in engineering or medical or university or colleges or MBA colleges. There are more than 100 options, not only in country, in abroad also. The platform is very wide, and right now we should not worry for that if the Delhi University merit list almost 100%. I am saying that there are many options, and right now students have many opportunities. They should explore. Our teachers, parents, students should explore these activities. They should guide to them that the world is not made only for engineers, doctors or civil servants. There are entrepreneurship, there are many businesses, there are extra activities, there are different sports, cultural, dramatics, theatre, even event managements. I think nowadays options are better, and we should not worry for this. And as you were talking about the merit 99.900, देखिए ये कंपटीशन तो हमेशा रहेगी। तो मेरा कहना यही है कि जब तक ये स्कार्सिटी हम दूर नहीं करेंगे तब तक ये कंपटीशन रहेगी। हमें सिर्फ 2, 4, 6, 10 IIT, IIM, MBA और यूनिवर्सिटी तक लिमिटेड नहीं रहना चाहिए। हमें इन संख्या को सैकड़ों, हजारों तक ले जाना चाहिए, और हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में इंटरनेशनल लेवल के इंस्टीट्यूट्स होंगे, चाहे वो PPP मोड में हो या गवर्नमेंट के हो या प्राइवेट हो, तो ये प्रॉब्लम्स ऑटोमेटिकली धीरे धीरे सॉर्ट आउट।
Mr. Tripathi, however, there is this one issue, and we need to sort of address it somewhere. I mean, the Prime Minister has done his best to de-stress the situation, which is very related to the examination. And yet, in our education system, we need to accept and acknowledge that we are in a situation where knowledge economy is the basis of the future. We need to therefore increase those opportunities and make the transition from schools to these knowledge centers less stressful for students. So do you think this is where education policy should be looking at next?
In last 2 years, CBSE has issued many circulars and guidelines to their schools that the paradigm should be changed from rote learning to experiential learning, from numbers to competency. I can say from the traditional teaching style to new technology. Our schools are changing very fast. I am very much hopeful that with this program and with the innovations and creative activities of CBSE, our students and teachers, principal and school will do better in this field.
It would be amiss of me not to point out one more interesting message that the Prime Minister had. One is that he said make a friend out of technology, but at the same time ensure that you have technology. So it's all about balance, it's about proper motivation and determination. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You were listening to a discussion on Pariksha Pe Charcha 2020. The participants were Anurag Tripathi, Secretary, CBSE, and Urmi Goswami, journalist. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. This program is also available on our website newsonair.com. You can also follow us on the News on AIR app for updates. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsdtalks@gmail.com.